Hey everybody, this is David B69 and welcome to Phillies Franchise Mode 2025. We are doing the September call-ups and the end of August report, which will be the last regular season monthly report. Really going to be glad to see that we are looking closer and closer to our playoff berth, but we need to go through a few things first. First, we need to do our September call-ups. We definitely, after looking at the roster, let's look at the roster. You can see it's like we look pretty good. I mean, but I need to make sure that we bring up another starter. I really want Mick Abel up, because he did really well with us. And I can basically, I was going to swap him and Painter, swap their starting things up. I just think it makes the most sense. So, and I'll basically use Painter in long relief. I mean, yes, it's not a permanent thing. It's either that or I'm going to keep Painter going and I'm going to sit down Ranger Suarez because he is not in my long-term deal because he's a free agent and I just don't see the point in starting him anymore, giving him any more talk for money. Just doesn't make sense to me to give him that kind of advantage going forward. And this is like realistic stuff that happens in baseball, where you don't want to give somebody an advantage. You're going to use them in the playoffs. You're going to use them as much as possible, whenever possible. But yeah, it just makes sense. Now, this is an interesting one. Joe Ryan, he's almost off of the disabled list. He has 1 to 6 days left in his broken hand. I don't know how much longer the injured list is for. So it's like this might be a mute point calling up Mick Abel, but I'm just going to have to send them right back down anyway. Let's see. Yeah, he's 6 days left on the injured list. So he is by the end of this week, he will be back on the club. So I might just give Mick Abel 1 start or something, and then send him down, which has happened in real life during the early regular season here. But I might just do that. Other things that I have to look at is we got Zach Wheeler. He has 251 strikeouts. I'd really like to see him get 300. Now, there is, I was just counting this. I don't know how I lost count. 5, 12, 18. There's 25 games remaining. So basically 5 starts remaining for Zach Wheeler. So if he averages 10 strikeouts a game, he'll have 300. I'll start here, start here, and yeah, it looks like he will not. I don't think he'll face against the Dodgers, so he gets to avoid that, which is actually kind of good for him, because they'll see each other enough during the playoffs. I don't really need to go nuts. Speaking of division-wise, our magic number is 17 against the Braves. Um, we have a comfortable lead of 8.5 games, especially after winning 3 of the 4 in that series. The Cubs, I can't believe the Cubs of all teams are actually looking like they are going to be playoff bound. They have a 6.5 game lead over the Brewers and a 7.5 game lead over the Cardinals. So they are still like pretty solid in it. I mean, it may not be ending until the final week, but wow. And of course, the Dodgers, they are basically trouncing the Diamondbacks by 12.5 games. So they are pretty much going to be clinching for the division basically a couple days after we do. Um, Now we should clinch the wild card first, and a couple days later they'll have the wild card clinched. Um, but yeah, that's just kind of interesting. Now, the wild card, the Braves are pretty much in solid footing to get that first wild card. It's pretty much a guarantee. Um, the Diamondbacks and the Giants are right there. The Mets are following by 2 games. Brewers 3.5 games. Um, I mean, anything's possible. Um, I don't. I don't really know how likely it is that the Giants or Diamondbacks are going to cause me any headaches, but I really don't think so. The only shame here and everything is the Giants get a break. They get to play the team with the worst record, division winner wise, while the Diamondbacks had to face off against the Braves. I would not want to be that team. So that's kind of crazy. Um, let's see. Let's look at our starting pitchers. Wheeler had a great season. Like I said, we want to get him that 300 strikeout mark. 2.29 ERA. He should win the Cy Young. He's got 15 wins. He's got 5 starts remaining. If he wins every single one of them, we can get him to 20 wins, which is really cool as well. Ranger Suarez, like I said, I'm probably going to slow him down, and I might look at using him as a bullpen piece for the playoffs. Um, Aaron Nola, not having the best year, but having a good solid year, 3.3 ERA. Pretty happy overall. Jesus Luzardo would be my other starting pitcher for the playoffs. So I'm pretty happy with that. And of course, the other one is Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan's definitely going to be a playoff starter. So that's another reason why I'm not going to be using Ranger. So that just makes sense. Like I said, I want to call up Mick Abel. He is going to be just up for a small period of time just because I'm going to have to send Joe Ryan down. So just doing that temporarily just kind of makes sense. Relief pitcher wise, Strom has had a good season, 1.88. Corkring, 3.78. Hedges, 2.42. Spire, 3.32. Ross, great season, 2.58. He's kind of shocked me. Tanner Banks, also nice shocking year, 2.84. John McMillan has a 0 ERA. Now, of course, I don't use them that often, but a 0 is great. So, love to see that. Trying to keep some of these guys in where they are because of playoff positioning. And in Double A, there's a solid chance that the Phillies could make the playoffs in the Double A system. Triple A, it's not likely. It's possible, but it's not likely. Duran, solid closing. He's doing a good job. I think he's got think he's 19 saves. He's doing really good with that. 3.42 ERA. So I'm pretty happy with him being my closer. Catching wise, Real Muto, not having the greatest batting average. He's got some home runs. Like I said, I was able to up his salary, made him really cheap and for a long term for the next 4 years. Mitch Garver, I don't know what his contract setting is. We have him set up for next year, so we're fine with that. Of course, Henry Ford's is basically on the IL and minor leagues. I need to get him more at bats and stuff, build him up a little bit more. Bryce Harper, he's being solid. I mean, he's having a great year. 59 home runs. It's like forever during the regular season, it said our home run max and stuff and everything that we're looking at with Harper was around 63 home runs. And now we've like absolutely destroyed it, which is absolutely crazy. And you can see his career stats now. He has now 1,100 RBIs. We crossed that 1,000 threshold earlier in the season, but now we've crossed the 1,100 mark with RBIs. So that's just insane. Really, really cool. So, yeah. I mean, we're not going to have any issues, hopefully, getting the 60. Question is can I have a huge month and get to 70? It's just crazy. And I just use normal swing. And we're using Hall of Fame difficulty. So, yeah, it's like really, really cool. I'm very, very happy with our numbers. You can see our contact and power. It's like those numbers have gone up. Vision's gone up. Discipline has gone down. But that's on me. It's basically on how things have played out. I mean, it's just generally how things are. So, very happy. We only need 5 more home runs to get career home run number 400. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that. Like to do that during this year. But yeah, that's just like really, really cool. Nobody's close in the minor league system to be able to be called up. That was one of the things I was looking at. Is did we want to call up anybody to back up Harper and sit him down? Doesn't look like there's going to be anybody. Now for hitters, I am thinking about Araro. He's a veteran. We haven't had him up this year, but he's hitting 290 in AAA. He's having a good year. It's just a matter of whether I want to bring him up. He could play first base, second base, third base, shortstop, and right field. He just might not be a bad guy and bat to bring up. Third base, we got Bohm, Arenado doing a great job. Weston Wilson doing a good job. I'm very happy with the averages and the power numbers from all 3 of these players. Shortstop, Trey Turner, having a good year. I mean, nothing great, but he's having a good year. But you can see his attributes, some of the things are going down negative. That's kind of concerning because we have him long term. So that's kind of a concern. But hopefully we'll be able to get that turned around. Because otherwise we are stuck in a contract for a guy that's statistically going backwards. Max Kepler, he's not had the greatest of season. You can see his numbers. He's only hitting 222 for the season. I expect a little bit better, but power number, he's done a great job. I mean, he's done good with the power numbers, so I'm very happy with that. He will be a free agent that we are probably going to wind up letting go, mainly because we got Evan Carter. Evan Carter is doing nicely. He's hitting 274. He's doing everything we need him to do. He's faster, he's younger, he has all of everything that we need. So, yeah, there's no point in having Kepler when I could just use Carter. It's just a fact. Minor league wise, nobody else to do it. I basically only have Cal Stevenson up because I know he was in our 40-man roster and he was easy to bring up where he's not going to affect anybody. He's hitting really well. I mean, as we brought him up, so very happy about that. And he even got his first major league home run, so that's like really cool. Byron Buxton is our starting center fielder. Now, part of me was thinking, like, do I bring up Crawford and have him come up? My problem is right now he has no major league service. If I wait until next year, it might be better. I might be better off because I can renew his contract and have his numbers continually go up a little bit, and that way he's even better suited to come to the majors. Now, Buxton, I have his contract for 4 years. So one of my thoughts was after the playoffs and such, I flip this in a trade, and then I basically go long term, and I go with Crawford, is my thought. So I'm thinking we don't bring Crawford up right now. And right fielders, I mean, there's nobody great enough batting average wise to bring up. So it just makes the most sense to bring up Aurora, and that's what we're going to do. So we will add him to 40-man roster. And welcome to the major leagues. So it just made the most sense. Now, we need now to bring up somebody. I'm going to do this really weird. I'm going to bring up guys from AAA and bring them up, and from Single A and bring them to AAA. So, Josh, no, we just use Trent Farquhar and move him up to AAA. And then we need a pitcher. We'll just bring Nelson Alvarez and bring him up to AAA. So that just makes the most sense. It just keeps everything balanced. And then we go to lineups for AAA. With Trent Farquhar. That just makes the most sense. And we'll do for a pitching rotation. I think we're fine with this. Now, Alvarez he's a relief pitcher, so we want to put him near Barbosa, and there we go. I feel pretty good with that. Yeah, Beck told me this needs time. So, okay. So now you can see here the Iron Pigs are 7 games back. They're not going to make it and go anywhere. And I'm feeling pretty good about how our roster is set up now. So, But like I said, as soon as the injury report comes off, we'll be fine. So that's basically it for today. I don't really have anything else. We're basically, like I said, we're on the path. American League wild card. The Mariners have it. They're on top right now, but this is anybody's game. I mean, the Red Sox and the Yankees are like right behind them, and the Guardians are only half game behind, and the Royals are as well. So anything can wind up happening in the American League wild card situation. It's kind of like it's kind of floating all over the place. So that could be interesting. In the American League West, the Rangers have a 5.5 game lead over the Mariners, which is comfy but not not safe. Um, the Tigers of all teams are holding the American League Central. I say surprisingly because I just didn't see this coming, and I'm not seeing them coming in real baseball either, and they're doing really well in real life. So it's kind of wild. But the Guardians are on the path, and they're in a 3 game losing streak while they're on a 5 game winning streak. So anything is possible at this stage. So I mean, it's still rather close for a division where anybody can win it still, except for the White Sox. Big surprise. American League East, the Orioles right now have a half-game lead over the Red Sox and only a 2 game lead over the Yankees. So one of these three teams will win the American League East. Um, it could just come down to basically a single series at some point. So, yeah, it's just nuts. I mean, um, let's see here. The Orioles, you can see here, um, they got Dodgers. Dodgers, it's going to be a tough matchup. They got to go to Toronto. They got a 4 game set against the Yankees, and then a 3 game set against the Yankees. Those two series right there is going to help or hurt the Baltimore Oriole cause. And it's not going to help them that they actually have to go up against the Dodgers. And they got to go up against the Padres, and I don't. Padres are not doing good, but so they're not. That's actually going to help them. Um, Tampa Bay is doing bad too. Boston wise, Boston. We got Cleveland, who's on a hot streak. Then they go to Arizona. Then they go to Sacramento. Then they have a set against the Yankees, only a 3 game set, so they've got it easy there. Then they got another 3 games against the A's, and yeah, and Toronto, which may or may not be hard at that stage, and Detroit, which is like doing really well in their division, and they possibly could need those games. So that's possibility an interesting thing. I don't know. Boston could actually come back from behind and actually win it. Yankees, they got Houston, Toronto, Detroit, all then in Boston, then they got to go to Minnesota, and then a 4 game set at Baltimore. That's a lot of tough games. I mean, it's like that's tough. Minnesota's tough. White Sox, that's going to be an easy one, but Baltimore is going to be tough again. So I actually don't like the Yankees situation and how that's all situated right now. They're kind of like, my opinion, they're doomed and gloomed. It does not look good. Now let's look at league leaders so far this year. With 1 month to go in the season, 25 games technically. Yelich is leading the batting average. Hits Yelich as well. Bryce Harper is right there with 167. Trey Turner has the most at bats. What does that mean? Absolutely nothing. Um, I mean, you can see Harper has them as well. It just means that we have more at bats because we're at the top of the order. Doubles, Horner for the Cubs is 38. James Wood is tied with him with 38. That's actually kind of an interesting little stat nugget. Bryce Harper has 34. So, yeah, it's interesting. Triples. No Phillies on the top for triples. How low do we have to go to get a Philly in this list? We don't get that many triples. Yeah, Bryce's slot is tied for 14th with 5 triples. So that's interesting. Home runs. Bryce Harper has run away and is destroying everybody for the home run title. We're just basically going to give the home run title to Bryce Harper. Just give it to him now. It's all over. RBI wise, this is going to be a tight matchup to the end of the season. Harper has 124 RBIs. Gotta love that. Shohei has also 122 RBIs. These are crazy numbers. Runs scored. Shohei has 122. He's going to comfortably win that title. Harper has 100. So he's in a good job of being pretty much in second place for that. Stolen bases. Yelich has 43 stolen bases. Now, we were on a run for a while of stolen bases, and then I slowed down. Trey Turner is 6th with 28. Probably want to get him 2 more to get him to 30. It's a pretty cool mark to get. You can see that Ohtani is nowhere near his 50 mark that he had. I think he had 50 last year, didn't he? Let's see. There we go. Last year, yeah, he had 59 stolen bases. Just a crazy year. He's pretty much back to where he was the previous season. So, it's that. Bases on balls. Wow. My problem is I'm generally quite aggressive, so I don't generally work the walks. I'll get my intentional walks, and I'll get things where they just obviously walk you. So I don't get true to life walks because I'm too wild of a swinger generally in this game. Yeah, we're just not even in the top 50 in walks. On base percentage, again, since we're not in the walks, it's going to make it hard to be in this one as well. But Bryce Harper is the 350 on base percentage. But like I said, it's a lot of this is based on walks and stuff. Slugging percentage, Bryce Harper is leading with a 705 slug percentage. That's like really good. He's got a comfortable lead on Ohtani there. OPS as well. Harper is a 1.055. Having a 900 is excellent. Having 1,000 in this is absolutely nuts. So yeah, that's really crazy. Pitching for wins, we have Ohtani, Sale, Yamamoto, and Wheeler all having 15 wins. That is absolutely nuts. Luzardo has 14, Nola has 13, Suarez has 13, and Ryan has 13. Now, right now, he doesn't even count his because he only has 121 pitches and innings pitched. It's possible we can get him back on there where his stuff will count. He generally would have to get to 162 innings pitched. So that means he pretty much has to pitch 41 more innings this year. That could be tight. So We'll have to see. Losses. Yeah, Ben Brown, Chris Sale, Ranger Suarez. Our starting pitching is just awesome. And the guys I added and moved around and stuff for the game have really worked out. Duran and Strom right there, like at 15, 16 for saves. It's good. ERA, Sonny Gray for the Cardinals. Kudos to you, man. But we have 2, 3, and 4 in ERA, so it's really good. Home runs allowed. Ben Brown has led 10, and so has Ranger Suarez. Rangers probably going to wind up winning this because I'm probably not going to have him pitch much more in the regular season. So it's a pretty good case there. Nola has 1 shutout, but Merrill Kelly has 3 for the Diamondbacks. So, and like I said, with the strikeouts, Wheeler has taken over with 251. Aaron Nola leads the league in complete games. So that's really cool. And he also leads in innings pitched. So just interesting stats. And you see the Phillies just pretty much destroy everybody with them. Let's see. I'm just going to flap these. Not going to really sit and discuss them too much because there's just really no. I mean, unless I see something like really huge and out of the ordinary statistically. Yeah, where is? Okay, there's Aaron Judge has 29 home runs. He missed a lot of games. Played 133 games. Yeah, I don't get why he only has 29 home runs. Walked 82 times this year. Guess that would do it. His slugging percentage is way down, so that's interesting. His power has gone down for right-handed and left-handed this year. That's an interesting one. Now, the interesting part is his contract. He's going to be a free agent this year. There's nothing I can do about it. It's like I know he resigned with Toronto, but I don't control that. So he's just going to be a free agent, and we're just going to see what happens. So yeah, he by far has the base on ball lead. And Mike Trout injured list again. Fractured forearm. That just really bites. There's always something with him. Were the Angels even in the playoff hunt? No. Nah, they were out a long time ago. Awards. Okay, right now Bryce Harper is leading for the MVP. Cy Young, it looks like Wheeler. Batting title, Yelich. Reliever of the year. That's interesting. Rookie of the year. That's interesting. The Hank Aaron Award, of course. Gold Glove for pitcher. Catcher. First base. Look at that. Perfect 1,000 fielding percentage. Second base. And nice to see Stott up there. He's having a good year. His 347 assists, but not as many putouts. That's a weird one. Third base, shortstop, left field. He's had a great year. He's probably going to win the Gold Glove. Center field, Buxton's been perfect, and so is Siri. Right field, got Castellanos. He's doing a good job. Not a perfect right fielder, but he's doing good. Silver Slugger. Yeah, we haven't had any qualifications for that stuff yet. Okay. So, we were starting to discuss it, and now we're actually going to go and make the moves that we wanted to make. Nola's going to start this game. I'm not going to change anything else with that. I am going to have Mick Abel go into the rotation. And then basically when our other guy comes back, we're just gonna put Mick Abel and send him down to back to the minors because it makes the most sense. So it should be fun just giving him the opportunity to get a start. So I feel like he deserves to get a start. Not to saying our center fielder doesn't deserve to get a start, but just makes the most sense. So, anyways, that's all for this episode. Basically, just wanted to go over this. We got basically the episodes we're going to have coming up. We go to Milwaukee, then Miami, then we have a 4-game set against the Mets at home, and then we face the Royals at home. Then we go to Los Angeles to face the Dodgers. Then to Arizona before being at home against Miami and Minnesota. So Schwarber will come back one more time, and we will see him in a Twins uniform coming to Philly, as everything else is going to be wrapped up at that point. So shouldn't be anything damaging to us at all. So that's basically it. So hope everybody's doing fine. Hope you enjoyed this little episode. Until next time, this is Davey B69 saying, have a great day, everybody. Peace. I'm out.